everybody. Hello YouTubers. All right, today I am working on doing all of my cucumbers. I'm going to show you how many cucumbers I have and then kind of walk through the process of what we're going to do to preserve them. We are gathering quite a few cucumbers. I think I have got maybe 36 or so and more coming. So we are going to slice them up. I today am using my mother-in-law's amazing bread and butter pickle recipe. So what we're gonna do first, in order to get a crunchy pickle, because that is my biggest pet peeve, is to have mushy pickles. So I'm gonna slice them up with a mandolin, and I'm also gonna slice up a bunch of onion, and we're gonna layer them in these two dishes with a bunch of salt, and we're gonna let them soak for a good 3, probably 5 hours. And then drain off the liquid and get started on the recipe. To cover them with a towel and let them rest for a good 5 hours, because again, like I said, we like crunchy pickles, and this, he's over there, you can't see him, is my husband's favorite recipe. We're doing bread and butter pickles. This is actually his grandma Esther's recipe. I never got the privilege to meet her, but this is his absolute favorite recipe. He will eat these by the jar full in like one sitting. And so he's, I think
guilty.
You're thankful that we have a lot of cucumbers.
I'm very thankful that we have a lot of cucumbers. I'm very thankful for a loving wife who likes to spoil me.
Oh, gee shucks. So I'm going to cover these. We're going to let these sit for a few hours, and then I'm actually going to run to the store and buy more onions because I ran out of ingredients, and thank goodness the store is not terribly far. And we will get back to work. So we'll see you in a bit. All right, while we are waiting on our cucumbers to get crunchy, I am going to start on some sauerkraut. I've never made sauerkraut before, so I'm pretty excited about this. I have a fermentation book. It's called Fermented Vegetables that I got when I lived in Oregon from this gal that had a farm right near where we lived. And I really want to try more fermented veggies just because I know how good it is for us with all the probiotics and just the amazing benefits it has on our gut health. And we're all trying to get better in what we're consuming. So I'm going to have a go at that. I'm going to take my cabbage, I'm going to take the outer leaves off, and then I'm going to shred them in my food processor. And then I got a bucket, a food grade bucket, and I'm going to stuff it down as tight as I can. I actually had 4 of these, but I'm only going to do 2 because I'm kind of concerned that my kids aren't going to like it. My husband and I love sauerkraut, but we also have another recipe called Irish salsa, which I will share that with you later, and we're going to make that in a few days, and it is so amazingly good. It's cabbage with pepper and seeds, a ton of garlic, and then right before you serve it, you mix it with like a sour cream or a mayonnaise, kind of like a coleslaw a little bit, but you put it on tacos or burritos, and it is, I'm not kidding you guys, it's like crack in a jar. It is so good. So I will share that with you in a couple of days, but for today, we're gonna get started on the cabbage. You're right. Like that.
That triangle that you have there.
All right. Why don't you let your guest go first? Okay, so you're gonna stuff it in there. Do you want to do it, Maddie?
Sure.
You just put it in there, and then you're gonna turn. So over here, you can turn it on. You can flick it up, and it's just gonna go straight down. And then use this to push it down until it's done. And then we'll keep doing more. And look at that. You hardly even need to push it. This one might fit.
It won't move.
That one won't fit. Too big. Okay. You need one of those.
I kind of like it.
Yep, I'll let her do. Okay. Esther can do a couple, and then you can do a couple. You can do a couple. Do you want to each? Don't touch that, please. Let me know when it starts to get full, and we'll put it in the bucket. Probably don't need the bucket now.
Okay.
So should I just do it in the bowl, you think? Or I can even do it in quart jars. Which one do you think would be better? We can do it in the bowl and set it aside in a cooler room until it's fermented and then transfer to jars, or we can just do it right in the jars now. But it's going to need a weight. I don't know if I have anything smaller.
So either in the bowl or the bucket.
You want to make sure where you're at once you grind it all.
All right, should we empty that? Does it look pretty full? Okay, so you're going to twist it off. Okay. Hold that. And then I'll twist that. Okay. There you go. Now you can just dump it right in there. Yep. Yep, and we're going to do more. Want me to cut it up? Who needs to turn grinding? You want to turn? Want me to cut some more? Oh, sure. Do you want to cut these right in here, like that? And then okay.
Probably should have gone down to see if they had a different situation.
They do.
I got it. Cut it this way.
Okay, so really quick, this recipe calls for 2 heads of cabbage, which I said I was going to do, right? Yeah. And then it. Girls are getting their hands in the bucket, in the cabbage, and they're squishing it. They're massaging all of that salt in there, and the more they massage, the more liquid is going to come up. And then we're going to cover it. What we're going to do is we're going to take the leaves that I pulled, the outer leaves of the cabbage, and we're going to kind of cover it and tuck it in and
It's like this.
create a tight spot. So all that cabbage is going to be covered. All that cabbage right there is going to be covered. Then we're going to put a plate on it and weight it down so it's submerged into all that liquid that they're making.
It feels like.
Our friend Maddie's having to go at it. So she's massaging it really good. She says it's really cold.
Yeah, it is.
Like ice.
I mean, it's not ice cold, but it's just like...
It's white. It's cold.
Can you feel like you're squishing any liquid out yet?
yeah,
Does it feel wet?
it
It
does.
feels wet.
And then it feels like
when I was doing it.
Gross.
Do you want to try a bite and see what it tastes like? No, not Gracie. Maddie, do you want to try a bite? You don't have to. Here, let me try a bite and I'll see how salty. It tastes salty.
Don't keep on mixing it.
It tastes a little salty, but it's not bad.
Should we keep it this way?
Well, do we see any liquid yet?
No.
Yeah, I'm not seeing much either. Here. Okay, I'm going to show you what it looks like now after we've been massaging it for a while. You can see that liquid in there? Can you? I don't know if you can see it. Okay, so what I've been doing is the kids were kind of doing this, And then I came in after the kids left and they got tired. I came in, they make a nifty tool. We might want to invest in one. That's like a wooden, just a stamper. And I just was been doing this, and there we got some liquid. So I'm going to level it all out, and then we're gonna take the leaves. I'll get the leaves, the outer leaves that I took off the cabbage, and we're gonna lay them right on top. Okay. This is what it told me to do, so that's all I'm doing. Never done this before, folks, so just bear with me. I'm gonna just basically blanket it on top to try to keep the air kind of down under. And I think the goal is to try to keep that cabbage submerged in liquid. The liquid obviously is just going to continue to grow, if I'm right. And now that we got it covered, now we need a weight. So what I'm going to use is a plate after I rinse off my hands. Are you talking to them, Bo? Are you talking to them? Are you saying hi? Fussy baby. Alright, so I'm going to put the plate on top, but I think I'm going to flip it. Hopefully it'll fit. Nope. Nope, our plate's too big. Now what do I use? A bowl. Can I use
Try that other plate.
the who?
The next plate down smaller.
That's too little, don't you think?
No, the other big plate. This is a different. It's a different.
Try this one.
Yeah.
Trying different plate. Oh, it's perfect. Husband was right. Ladies, listen to your husbands. Lesson for the day. Okay. So I got it on top, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill up a baggie of water. It's obviously zip tie it. Is my face in that picture? Okay. And then I'm gonna set it right on top. And then I'm gonna put this in a colder room of the house and check it every couple hours. Let the air out. Gonna remove the baggie, remove the plate, let a little air out, and then put it back on. And then I'll check it tomorrow. And we'll keep repeating that process and I keep tasting it also until it's basically the way I like it. Whether it's super sour, if you want it super sour, you let it go probably close to a week. If you like it less sour, then you pull it sooner, and then I will just take it and put it in jars and put it in the fridge, and it should last months and months. All right, we'll check it in a little while. Now it's time to put our cucumbers that had been salted. We drained them off, and we're going to put them into the pickling brine. So Abs is going to pick them up and gently put it in because that liquid's pretty hot. You can see that it's like a mustardy color because that's the color turmeric. And yeah, you can either pick up the pan and gently scoop them in. She can help scoop them in for you. It shouldn't, I wouldn't think it would splash, just be careful. There you go, if you're just doing it away from you, that way if it splashes out. Perfect. It's okay. They will dry. It's just water.
Do we do both ends?
Yep.
Okay. Wait,
By the way, it's amazing having teenagers in the kitchen to help you. It's not alone mama to do it, everything. This is pretty awesome. My girls had friends from Arizona fly in, so.
do we stir it?
Yep, go ahead and stir it, and we're gonna stick it back on the stove.
Okay.
you want a different spoon maybe? Would that help?
Do you want to use these?
Yeah, that's fine. There you go. That's perfect. All right, now if you want to carry it back over to that burner and turn that burner up, and we're going to want it to just come to a boil. All right, now we're just waiting for our pickles to come up to a boil. You can see I've got my lids from my jars in there, nice and sanitized, hot, ready to go. And I've got my jars in the oven heating up. So as soon as our pickles come to a boil, we're gonna pull it off and start packing up our jars. Go! We're gonna fill it up. I'm gonna get another filter bowl. Esther, can you come get Boaz for me?
Boaz, Mom, watch out. Why do you have this open?
Do it, push it out. All right, we did it. We water bathed these for 10 minutes, and now I set them on the towel, and I am going to let them rest here, and I'm going to actually cover them with another towel so no draft gets to them. And then we will know that they're sealed by hearing the pop. That means that it's being suctioned down, and you won't be able to push that. That's really hot. You won't be able to push that, and so it'll be nice and tight. Then we'll pop one open to try it. But there it is, bread and butter pickles, ready to eat. By tomorrow.